guys, Levi and Simon coming to you from Three Dragons Sports Bar in Oyan, bringing you our tips for round number 22 of the Aussie rules. Only 3 rounds to go in the season, and the ladder is super close. So I think the last 3 weeks are going to be spectacular.
Close for minor premiers, top 4, and making the 8. So it's
close for everything.
It's really tightened up, and the top's come back to the pack, and
it's tightened up a bit in the tipping comp as well. I think now the top 7 are like separated by like 4 games or so.
Yeah, and then I think there's only one in the top 3 or 4.
Yeah,
so
it's all come back together.
Yeah.
Yours truly even snuck back up there. I think I'm sitting in 6th with like four games behind.
Yeah, so kicking off Friday night, we got the downward spiraling Swans up against the Collingwood, which have put themselves in a chance.
They're keeping their season alive.
A week or 2 ago, I thought, no, they're gone. But with that win on the weekend, they've
all of a sudden you kind of look at it and go, if a lot of things go their way and they win. No. I mean, they basically need to win the last 3 to have any chance whatsoever.
I don't know. Like two wins might get them in. Like with the Blues sliding the way that they are. Like the Blues are the ones that.
I don't think 2 get them in. I think they need to win all 3.
Yeah, I bet with the Swans struggling here. I can't tip the Swans at the moment.
Yep. Not after the beating they took by Port on the weekend. That was ridiculous.
I mean, they've got to do something. I mean, it's bizarre to say they're sitting first. In box seat for minor premiers.
The way they're going at the moment, they're going to go in straight
set. Like they might even be lucky to make the 4. I think like they need to. I think one more win and they make the 4. Right? Yeah. But
kind of honest at the moment. I mean, they've gone in 5 weeks. They've gone from can't tip against them to can't tip them. Literally, I don't think
so. Until they get that win back. Then you can't tip them. I'm going to tip Collingwood off the back of their, hard fought close win last week. Collingwood.
I mean, it's one of those. It's at the SCG. The Pies lost to Goey with a hammy. They lost somebody else with a hammy. So they got plenty of injuries. But yeah, I think the way they're going, and I mean they all of a sudden they'll fancy themselves to win out and sneak into the 8 and have a go. Whereas the Swans I don't know how he come back from a 100-point smacking like that.
Coach didn't look like he had many answers as well. It was one of those things. He's like
it's just a free fall,
a bit clueless on it, but just form, right time of year.
Yeah, I reckon Pies might not even be close, but I don't know. Like bizarre.
Saturday game, first game of the round of that day. Lions at home to the Giants.
Yeah,
Giants snuck back into the 8, into the 4. Sorry, I mean they're like almost out of the 8 if they had a loss on the weekend. If the Hawks
hang on there,
and then the Giants, might have been dropped out of the 8 almost, and but yeah, they got close win and jumped into 4th, but the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions are tracking. They're just
minor premiership.
They're looking impressive.
Been calling it for 2 months now. Lions are going all the way this year.
Very possible. I mean, if they finish top 2, get home finals at the Gabba all the way through, then they should make a grand final. And then, I mean, words brings that, but they're definitely looking like a lot of things are going their way at the moment. Yeah. Tough game against the Giants, but I reckon the Lions are going to be number 2 good.
Yeah. And then we've got second game of Saturday, North Melbourne at home to the Eagles.
Yeah, that one's down in Blunston, so down in Tassie. Both teams coming off a win.
Wins against, not the greatest oppositions. I mean, Seagulls all right. Eagles all right. Well, I don't know. I think North down at their Tasmanian base. I like them down there. Long way to travel for the Eagles.
Yeah.
It's a big travel.
Yeah. I reckon North. close game, but I reckon North gets up.
Yeah.
Like Sheasel, Surhard, that whole lot. Like they got a bit more young guns than the Eagles.
I think Gold North will be right up for it in this one, and
Get another win.
Yeah, back-to-back wins.
Then that one's interesting. Freo against the Cats.
Yeah, over
down
at
at
Optus.
Optus. I mean Freo with a kind of gave it away against the Bombers in the end. Like very close game, but
yeah, I expect a bit of a bounce back from Dockers at home there. I think that they will be far too strong for the Cats. I think the Cats will. No.
Cats,
I think that they'll compete for a quarter or two, but I don't know if it's going to be the first quarter and the last quarter. I think they'll tighten up in the middle there. But I think Freo at a fairly deserving top 4 team. I think so. It wouldn't surprise me to see Freo get this win and then get themselves back into the 4 and try and hold that position.
Yeah, I mean that's probably on the Cats run home. That's the one game that you kind of look at and go, yeah, it's going to be tough to win. Luckily, we got 2 easy games, or like 2 on paper easy games to finish the season and hopefully stay in the 8. Cats were average against the Crows at home on the weekend. Like the Crows hung in there tough and didn't let us control the game as we like to. On the bright side, Cameron kicked a bag of 6, which was good. He's starting to find some form in the right time of the year. But yeah, it's going to be tough. Go down Perth. I'm going Freo. I don't trust us.
Yeah.
I think we'll
home ground definitely take a bit of an advantage in this one.
And I think the Cats will finish in the 8, but I don't see us going down there and beating Freo. I mean, we might, but unlikely.
So then we're moving on to the Bombers at home to the Suns. Suns
still can't win away from home.
Can't win away. And we've been off the Bombers for a while, and we've been saying until they can flip it around, and they did by
point.
smallest of margins. That's going to give me enough confidence to tip them going into this game against the disaster travelling Suns.
Yeah, if it was anybody else that was going a bit more decent, I'll probably pick against the Bombers still. But yeah, I mean, good bounce back win and to kind of stabilise themselves a bit and still,
they get another win here, two wins in a row. And
then all of a sudden they're probably back in the 8. Yeah. So it's going to be close, but yeah, Suns season pretty much over. Can't really win away from home. Bombers,
lot to play for.
So yeah, Bombers.
Final game Saturday. D's at home to the Power.
Yeah, Port are starting to click a bit.
Yeah, playing well. D's are just out of the mix. I think. On points wise, they're not that far away. I mean, D's win all their games, then they could be asking questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Port they're playing pretty good footy, and they deserve to be where they are.
Yeah,
and so yeah, I think Port to get not an easy win, but a good win.
I think so as well. Yeah.
And moving on to Sunday's game, first game. Oh, this is juicy. Blues versus the Hawks, the MCG.
Yeah, both teams coming off really narrow losses.
8th and 10th place. I still think Hawks are one of the form teams, and
I mean they started against the Giants and then just kind of let them back at the end of it, and the Giants were just that was more like the Giants playing clutch and coming up with the little moments,
going to get it done, and Hawks just holding back a little bit and not.
Yeah, I think they started to try and protect the lead like a bit too early, and got away from just trying to get down the other end and score. Yeah. They did well when they were trying
to kick the ball, possession.
Yeah, no, they
just gave up. They gave up way too much possession in that last 15 minutes, and they killed them. And the Blues are another one of those teams that are on a bit of a downward spiral and can't seem to get a win. You're thinking they're like a top two team.
Yeah,
Them and
no,
Swans.
they might not even be in the eight the way they're going.
I think the Hawks will get the win and jump them in the eight. This will be the one that the Blues will drop out and the Hawks will sneak in.
Yeah, I was on the Giants last week against the Hawks, but I think on this one, yeah, I think Hawks. I think the Blues will have a bit of the yips. Like they're just.
I think they got a slightly better percentage.
But yeah, but they're not quite clicking again. Like, and I mean, that was a tough game to lose against the Pies for sure. But I mean, they needed to win that. That was a game they shouldn't lose. That's yeah. No.
So a couple of hard games for Carlton, but I think unless Vossi can get them turned around, get a tougher mentality going. I'm
liking the Hawks. Going to be close game, but I'm liking the Hawks in that one.
Moving on to second game, Richmond at home to the Saints.
Yeah,
Saints were miserable against the Lions, but
yeah,
I think they're going to make anyone look
pretty average.
Pretty average. Tigers fought hard. Didn't get the win.
Yeah,
I think the Saints,
yeah,
slightly better team.
Yeah.
At Marvel, there, I think they play.
They play usually pretty decent at Marvel.
Decent at Marvel, and so I think yeah, Saints at Marvel.
Yeah, Saints works. And then to finish things off, Crows at home to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, Bulldogs are going nicely. I think they're still they're in the eight, they're seventh, but they're on a good run, and I think that this will get them pushing the four. They'll get a good win here. I think they'll get a few percentage points as well.
Yeah,
I'm expecting it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it might be a bit closer. I still think the Bulldogs should win it, but I think the Crows will put up a fight at home.
I reckon Bulldogs by 20. By 20 at least.
Yeah, I think 20. Yeah, 20 sounds about right. Yeah, 20 cents about right. Like, I don't think it's going to be like 3-4 goals, something like that. Yeah, sounds about right. There we go.
Good luck with your tips.
Yeah, we'll see how we do. We'll see how you do, and we'll see you next week.